April Positive Print winners. In grade 1 is Brooklyn Hughes, Riley Waters, Kira Gunnufson, and Ariane Majitic. In grade 2, it's Garrett Brager, Elias Remarkey, Patrick Myrick, and Camden Sem. And in grade 3, it's Ethan Sabata, Alex Clubin, Heidi Wiedemann, and Ben Hajrik. And in grade 4, it's William Georgeson, Brendan Laframboy, Kaylee Baito, and Jasmine Leach. And in grade 5, it's Heidi Rodriguez, Anthony Hagan, Jason Lang, and Kyle Cree. Great job. Your party will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Meet in the lunchroom with Mr. Zepeda. Congratulations to April Student of the Month. Your pizza party with Mr. Zepeda will be on Friday during your lunchtime. In first grade, in Mrs. Brown's class, it was Luther Young. In Mrs. Graham's class, Madison Olson. In Mrs. Scratch's class, Rico Lopez. And in Mrs. Sand's class, Mason Heck. In second grade, in Mrs. Watsky's class, Olivia Elsinger. In Mrs. Hilscher's class, Brooklyn Dahl. In Mrs. Westfall's class, American Calderon. And in Mrs. Melling's class, Savannah Ramsey. And in third grade, in Mrs. Gretz's class, it's Holly Lagasse. In Mrs. Bowen's class, Sierra Anderson. Mrs. Peck's class is Alicia Valenzuela. And in Mrs. Bowles' class, it's Catherine Samuel. And in fourth grade, in Mr. Olsted's class, is Alex Valenzuela. In Mrs. Evenson's class, it's Tristan Peoples. In Mrs. Engen's class, it's Jacob Sell. And Miss Martineau is Ashley Nguyen. And in fifth grade, in Mr. Peterson's class, is Gracie Morgel. In Mrs. Peterson's class was Haley Wall. In Mrs. Wolfeld, it's Haley Wiedemann. And in Miss Becker's, it's Angel Valenzuela. Congratulations, everybody.
I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising. Can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play. And the haters gonna hate. Baby, I'm just gonna shake. Shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break. And the biggest I stay up too late. Got reading on my brain. That's what students say. That's what students say. I can't put this book away. I have to read each day. At least that's what students say. That's what students say. But I keep reading. Can't stop, won't stop reading. It's like I've got this author in my mind saying you gotta read all night. 'Cause the student's gonna learn. And the teacher's gonna teach. I'm just gonna read. Read all day. I just gotta see what this book means to me. But I'm just gonna read. Read all day. I never miss a book. I'm reading on my Nook.
Today for lunch is Nacho Supreme with fixings and baked potato with fixing.